invite several refugee families who are staying at the center of the NGO Mission Village. The purpose of the program was to bring joy and happiness to the families in time of aid. The program included a traditional Lebanese meal, encouraging messages, and games. It concluded in a beautiful atmosphere of singing and dancing. In total, there were 33 people participating.
On 31st of May, the Turkish community gathered together in a public park for a Sunday picnic. Local families enjoyed sharing food and spending time together, creating a warm and friendly atmosphere within the community. From May 20th, the Europe and Middle East Chombo branch also came to visit, and together with two Ansu sisters, they visited local families to give Ansu sessions. Moreover, on May 24th, a one-day workshop was organized at the Peace Embassy in Istanbul. The workshop included a Chombo lecture, two Chanyang Yoksa sessions, and a sharing time. The local families expressed their gratitude, and in the end, they left with joy. We are very grateful to the Chombo branch and the Yongsong Academy for their dedication. From April 27th to May 24th, 4 Yongsong Academy volunteers came to support the Turkey community. The team focused on outreach, visiting local families, and attending the Chonchimwon visual prayer every day. On weekends, together with the local members, they prepared Korean culture events where both old and new guests could join and enjoy learning about Korean culture and Korean food. At the end of each event, the national leader of Turkey, Mr. Binod Podel, introduced the movement and Holy Mother Han to the new guests.
The Israeli community is holding monthly outdoor gatherings to strengthen a harmonious community atmosphere and to invite guests to experience our Heavenly Parents' Holy Community. In April, on Israel's Independence Day, we held a barbecue gathering and 27 people attended, including 5 new guests. One of the guests is already studying the Divine Principle and joined a community event for the first time. In May, during the Jewish holiday of Shavuot, we organized a community picnic. A total of 17 people attended, including 2 guests. One of the guests was a neighbor of the national leader couple and a musician. He joined our event for the first time and enjoyed spending time with our community. During the picnic, the national leader presented the Hyojong Family Award to the couple Maxim and Tanya Danilin on behalf of Regional Director Mr. Park.
A new Russian-speaking guest has been studying the Divine Principle. So far, she has been learning through Russian language Divine Principle lecture videos. On May 16, the national leader couple and a spiritual parent couple held a one-day workshop for her. Although the content was profound and intensive, she received it very well. We will continue to support and care for her as she prepares for future matching and blessing. Every Monday evening, the Blessed Sisters meet online to read Hundoke, pray and share with one another. During this time, they continue to offer prayers for True Mother's recovery, for peace in the region, and for the protection of blessed children.
Every day, Monday to Friday, the Israeli community is offering night vigil prayers. Up until now, they have offered 300 vigil prayers.
On the occasion of the pilgrimage to Korea, Pastor Abu Hatum from Nazareth participated in the program. He had a meaningful experience meeting and interacting with religious leaders from around the world.
Introducing the Pure Water Assembly 2026, a 14-day international workshop gathering around 700 young people from across the world. From the 13th to the 26th of August, participants will come together at the HJ Heaven and Earth Chombo Training Center in Korea. This program is designed to deepen devotion to true parents, strengthen artistic culture, and nurture growth as the pure water generation. Across the 2 weeks, participants will take part in worship, pilgrimages, educational sessions, and a visit to Yongbyon Global Camp, a journey of faith, connection, and becoming one global family. Registration is now open. Scan the QR code on screen to apply before the 14th of June 2026.
followed those amazing activities celebrating Jewish and Muslim holidays during this time.
We wish you a wonderful start for the new months of June, and be healthy and blessed. Take care. Bye bye.
Good morning. Can you hear me? No. That's a cue for the team at the back. Hi, good morning once again. Yes, lights. Wow. I feel like I've been away somewhere and I haven't seen you for a long time, but actually I'm around. You know, so, but I am taking a break, so I have been chilling, working on cars for a while, so this is really relaxing for me. We're going to have a service today, beginning as usual with a bow to Heavenly Parents and True Parents, and then we'll say pledge number 2. So let's rise and offer pledge. Heavenly Parents, True Parents, Kyungbae, Baro. Family pledge number 2. Our family, the owner of Chonilguk, pledges to represent and become central to heaven and earth by attending the Heavenly Parent and True Parents. We pledge to perfect the dutiful family way of filial sons and daughters in our family, patriots in our nation, saints in the world, and divine sons and daughters in heaven and on earth by centering on true love. Thank you. You may be seated and join me in a prayer. Our beloved Heavenly Parent and True Parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, thank you that we can be here today all together with you on this 7th of June, 2026, here at the Peace Embassy in Thornton Heath, and online as well. Heavenly Parent, we pray that we can be before you with a joyful heart, knowing that we are living in a special time, a time where our true parents are on the earth, where our true parents are leading and advancing your providence at such a pace that you must be so hopeful that in the very near future you can realize your dream, the dream that you have held right from the beginning. Even though things went wrong, you never gave up on it. Today we're going to hear words from our brother Matthew Hewish on feeling trapped. How have you felt throughout history, Heavenly Parents, knowing that you can't intervene directly with your children, but only encourage them and really have faith that they would realize their potential, the potential which derives from the original mind of every person on earth, every person that has ever lived, which comes from you. Heavenly Parents, we are living in the golden era with our true mother on earth, true father in the spiritual, working together as one to bring peace to this world. Yet when we look at the world, we feel sometimes frustrated that there's so many conflicts going on and so much misunderstanding amongst your family on this earth. In spite of this, we are hopeful that very soon, True Mother can bring a great victory that will bring joy and tears of joy to you and to all your children on this earth. Heavenly Parent, we know you have waited a long time for this moment in history where humanity can begin to realize a certain gap between us and you, and begin to realize that what is missing is the parental position, and you are our parent. So we want to reach back up to you as you have been reaching to us throughout history, and embrace you and walk with you. Let us be your instruments. Let us be the channels through which you can experience this world of joy and of awesomeness. Please let us be in your midst today. Let us, with every utterance, with every thought we have today and through the coming week, be present with you and enable you to guide our every action. I want to report this in attendance to our Holy Mother Han with gratitude. In my name, Ajamold of the Blessed Family, Arjun. Arjun. So welcome once again, and without much ado, we will welcome up our full worship team today, led by Russell Goff, to lead us in a couple of songs. So please sing loudly. We have microphones pointing to the audience there and there, so we want to hear you. It's being recorded. This is live at the Peace Embassy, so please sing loudly and with all your heart. Please rise. Yeah.
Morning, everyone.
Good
So we're going to start with the first song, Our Goodness of God.
For your mercy
you. Next one. These are some of the newer songs, but they're not so new anymore. You should know these songs well. If you attend the Junction Montpellier, you know all these songs very well. Okay, next one is Head to the Heart.
This love that makes me new. Oh, may my heart receive this love that carries me from the head to the heart. You take me on a journey of letting go. Get lost in you from the head to the heart. You take me on a journey of letting go. Get lost in you. Open wide. I will receive your love. You give me faith like a child. In you my heart runs wild. There's no shame in looking like a fool when I give you what I can't give and take a hold of you. There's no shame in looking like a fool when I give you what I can't give and take a hold of you. More than words, more than good ideas. I found your love in the open fields. More than words, more than good ideas. I found your love in the open fields. More than words, more than good ideas. I found your love in the open fields. More than words, more than good ideas. I found your love in the open fields. From the head to the heart, you take me on a journey of letting go and getting lost in you. From the head to the heart, you take me on a journey of letting go and getting lost in you. There's no shame. There's no shame in looking like a fool when I give you what I can't give and take a hold of you. There's no shame in looking like a fool when I give you what I can't give to take a hold of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to the worship team. And as is the first Sunday of the month, we traditionally have a cake. But today we have a special cake because in a few days' time, the World Cup is coming home, right? Yeah, Ghana plays England. I don't know what's going to happen there. So I have to have to support a neutral team like Ireland. Ireland there? the South London lads, right? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to have our birthdays, and after our birthdays, then the children can go. I don't see any children. Where are they? Oh, a few, yeah. So we're going to have our birthdays. I know why there's no children here. Because there's only one person under 20 on our June birthday list. Isn't that incredible? So can we have the birthdays? So that's Freya Lindstrom will be 9 on the 23rd of June, which happens to be my mother's birthday as well. It's the day that Brexit was announced. Yeah. And over 20s, on the 3rd of June, Pyong Chan Dembi's birthday, and the 6th of June was David Coombs and David Hewish, 2 Davids, just like that. And David is 21 now. Can you believe it? Yeah, incredible. And on the 10th, Emma Louise Lindstrom's birthday. On the 12th is our own Benedict Vitae. And next Sunday on the 14th is Fahad Nikayin. And on the 17th is Chido Mutsonziwa. On the 19th is Matthew Klotz. On the 21st is Amin Mubasharian. On the 22nd is Lek Lee, Tarini Lee. On the 23rd, Emir Wood. On the 24th is Eddie Hartley. Happy birthday, Eddie. Which camera? Okay. On the 25th is Joshua Thompson. Yay. On the 29th is our own Tim Reed, and also Beatrice Gaina did some magic in the morning at the back there with the tech. On the 29th also is Pedro Roselli, and on the 30th is Elizabeth Klotz. So let's sing happy birthday to them. Okay, happy birthday. Yes, of course, David is going to cut the cake. Who else does? Tim, can I ask you to cut the cake with David? Is there a sister in the house? Bea, yeah, Bea. Yes, no escape. Okay, so let's sing happy birthday a couple of times. Happy birthday to you. So please stay up. Can I ask everybody whose birthday is in June to come forward and we can pray for you? Who is a special birthday for Tim? I know, yeah. Yes, 50 again. Yeah. So is that everybody? Okay. So please join us in praying for these birthday. Brothers and sisters, our beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, thank you so much for carrying your children who were born in June here in Riverside and throughout the nation, throughout the world, so far. And we know there's so much more that you want them to accomplish. So continue to walk with them, continue to bless them, and let them realize their full potential as your sons and daughters. Heavenly Parents, they are perfect as you wish them to be. Let them really glorify in your praise, be glorified in your praise, Heavenly Parent. Let them glorify your name by their actions and by their thoughts and their words. Heavenly Parent, we pray that we can live together as brothers and sisters, really uniting as one family, your family, so that you can really experience the love that you longed for in our community. I want to report this with gratitude and attendance to our Holy Mother Hen. In my name, Aja Mold of a Blessed Family, Aju. Aju. God bless you. Thank you. Okay. So I've got a green mic now. So we're going to continue with the rest of our announcements for. So we have the German Friendship summer event, which will be on Saturday the 20th here at the Peace Embassy. So please speak to Sigrun and support that if you can. Book by the 19th of June so we can plan catering. Okay. And also today there's a, next one. Yeah, there's a Sunday Carb Corps event from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. in this place. I don't know if a lot of you is going to be in this hall, otherwise it's going to be in the cafe, but probably in this hall. In the meeting room, yeah, okay. So there will be testimonies, discussions about how to express your faith to your friends and family, how to share your faith with confidence. So please come to that. There'll be role play and practice, how to witness, how to testify about your faith. So please come to that. See Rhiannon and David if you have any questions. Annual Gathering Festival. Who's looking forward to that? Yeah. Yay, yes. We have a special speaker on the annual gathering. Last year, Dr. Balcom thought, this is the last time I'm going to have to talk here. I'm handing over to Bogdan, and Bogdan thought, this year I'm going to hand it back to him, and he's going to talk. So Dr. Balcom will be, and Fumiko Balcom will be speaking. But come for 2 days if you can, and have fun with all our national community who will be coming there. And bring your friends and family. Some pastors have agreed to come, so let's really have a great time together. Yeah, Aju. Living for a Greater Vision. Oh, this is a 2-day workshop. What is this? Is this in our community? How come I don't know anything of this? So, really, this is important. This is your beginning in your life of faith. So bring your friends, bring your guests to this Divine Principle workshop. This is how we all began. From the 27th to the 28th of June, this is probably the last workshop that our Empower team will be participating in. So please let this be a really big and meaningful workshop that will change lots of lives. So click on the link or scan the QR code. How much is it? It's negligible, so you can't see it. So it's really worth it. Yeah. Okay. So this summer, from the 13th August to the 26th of August in Korea, there will be a Pure Water Assembly similar to last year's. So if you from ages 18 to 39, registration deadline is the 14th of June, so not too long away. So please register for this. Because you need to do some fundraising before you go. So you need to prepare ahead of time. See me and see, the person next to you may be loaded, and they want to support you to go. So speak to the person next to you to support you. Yeah. And the event itself is free. Just get yourself there. Yeah. Okay. So also there's a retreat in September 11th to the 14th of September in Dovedale House in Elam. Always a meaningful experience. So if you can go there, do go. Families are welcome, but space is limited, so apply early. 18 plus. Next. So check all the upcoming events on the website. Family Camp 24th July to the 29th, I'll be there. Children's Camp from 3rd of August to 8th of August, that's in Livingston House. And we'll have our annual memorial service on the 9th of August in Holyoke, Stanton Fitzwarren. So let's plan for that. And we have the second UK 21-day spirituality workshop from the 4th of September to the 24th of September. So please prepare for that. That's an incredible experience, and there'll be many different themes throughout the 21-day workshop, like music and art and other families and things. Yeah, keep yourself updated. Thank you. Okay. So now let's invite, not yet. After the end of the service, you have a blessed week. So let's invite up our worship team to lead us in a couple more songs to prepare our hearts for our sermon, which, as I said, will be given by Matthew Hewish. On the sermon title is Feeling Trapped. Yeah, whose microphone is this?
Thank you. So before our sermon, we'd like to sing one of the holy songs, which is My Cross. So let's turn to My Cross. It's very high, this one, but it's the fourth song, so I should be able to make it. Who can I go to for my help, to bear my heavy cross, as young the Lord is there
Before we have the sermon, there's a reading from Genesis 15:19 to 21. But Joseph said to them, you know which Joseph this is, the one with the multicolored dream coats here. Joseph said to them, don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So then, don't be afraid. So let us welcome up Matthew Hewish to give our sermon, Feeling Trapped.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I did something about a month ago that has completely transformed my life. I joined a health club. I've been trying to listen to my original mind a little bit more recently. And one of the things I asked it is, Matthew, what do you want? Yeah? Because very often we find ourselves responding to what other people want and what other people need. And it's very difficult sometimes to hear what I actually want, what I actually need. So I've been asking myself, Matthew, what do you like doing? What do you really want to do? And the answer might surprise you. I really like sitting in the sauna. It's one of my favorite places. I just really like sitting in a sauna. Why? Because you can't do anything when you're in the sauna. There are no screens, there are no phones, no laptops. Nobody can bother you. Unless, of course, there are other chatty people in the sauna, which I don't mind. I like talking to random strangers in the sauna, but I like how disconnected it can feel, which is ironic because actually when I'm in the sauna, I feel more connected than I do most of the time, ironically. So about 2 months ago, I thought to myself, okay, let's go online and see where are the saunas near me. You know, the UK does not have a very good sauna culture, I don't think, compared to other countries. So it was a little bit desperate, looking for, you know, where are the decent places nearby. There's actually one not far from here, in Annerley, near Beckenham, and I went there. It was quite nice. It was quite nice. I went there for a one-off. I ended up talking with these two lovely ethnic Chinese folks, one from, ironically, Singapore, and one from Germany. You know, ethnic Chinese, but both grew up in different countries. And we had a lovely conversation there. It had a sauna, it had a cold plunge. I love the cold plunge. Yeah, it might not sound very appealing to some of you, but I like to sit in the sauna for about 15 or 20 minutes, get my body temperature nice and high, and then, like a mad person, I just jump into this freezing cold water. It's about 3 or 4 degrees Celsius, and it's horrible, but it's so good. You really feel alive afterwards. Just focus on breathing. Breathe through the cold, and then jump back in the sauna, and it's lovely. But that was just a one-off experience. And I told myself, you know what? I don't just want to do this once. I don't just want to do it once and then wait a couple of years before I do this again. And so my sister-in-law's husband, you know, Daniel Lindstrom, he said to me, Matthew, I'm thinking of joining a local health club, but I want to go on a day pass. Would you like to join me? So I said, yeah, why not? Let's go to the gym and let's try out the gym equipment. And then we will enjoy the pool and the sauna, and that's what we did. We went. It has not a huge gym, but it's more than sufficient. Treadmills, what are they called? Cross trainers and things that I don't really enjoy doing, but they had quite a few weights, free weights, and some other machines. But I was really looking forward to going to the pool area just to get into the sauna. They have a dry sauna and a steam sauna. Oh, I was in heaven. I really was. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to join. I'm going to commit. I'm going to join this health club. And in the last month, I must have gone at least 2 or 3 times every week. And that means I basically go on holiday several times a week. It's fantastic. I feel so loved by the fact that I can sit in the sauna, and genuinely I feel embraced by the warmth of God. It's literal warmth, but I feel embraced by the warmth of God when I'm sitting in the sauna. So I have this routine. When I have the time, I like to do the dry sauna first, and then I jump into the cold plunge, and then I might lie on the recliner for a bit, then go to the steam sauna, and then spend a time in the jacuzzi, the hot tub. And what I love about the hot tub, there is a point to this, by the way. I'm not just sharing random life stories. I'll sit in the hot tub, and the great thing about the hot, it's bubbling away, and it drowns out all the noise. I'm floating, and I'm meditating. I'm praying. My prayer life has been transformed by the sauna and the hot tub. So if any of you are struggling with your prayer life, maybe give it a go. I'm not guaranteeing it will be the answer to your situations, your challenges, but it has been a bit of a game changer for me. I'm really enjoying the fact that I can show up better as a human being because I've taken care of myself a little bit. I feel like my batteries are recharged, and I can show up as a husband, I can show up as a father, I can show up in my work much better. But you know what? I really hesitated to make that commitment. I was umming and erring, thinking, oh, can I really do this? You know, first of all, there's the cost. You know, it's not massively expensive, but it's not cheap either. I ended up paying for a whole year's membership in advance. And I thought to myself, that's the most economical way of doing it, as long as I go more than twice a month. And, you know, I've been going more than twice a week, so that's already paid off for itself in some regards. But I was also wondering, do I have the time for this? You know. But I decided to commit. I committed. And I'm thinking back in hindsight, thinking, why didn't I make that decision much earlier? You know, I was genuinely feeling a little bit trapped by my situation, feeling a little bit trapped by my circumstances, financially, and all of the other commitments that I have. You know, I don't have a small family, and so, you know, showing up and being responsible for that, it's a bit of a challenge. And so there were all these excuses coming to my mind, thinking why I couldn't do what I really wanted to do. But in hindsight, I realized, actually, you know what? I like going first thing in the morning at 6 o'clock before everyone's awake, except usually there's a boy or a girl. Usually one of them's awake, or if not two of them. So I try to creep out of the house as quietly as possible. It doesn't always work. Sometimes I get attacked. Papa, where are you going? I'm just going to the gym. Shh, go back to bed. But on the whole, 6 o'clock in the morning works for me. That means I can come back home, usually about 8:15, 8:30, and I've got a full battery, ready for the whole day, and even the next couple of days perhaps, ready to give and show up. But yeah, I wanted to share this feeling of being a little bit trapped. I want to invite you to think about the ways in which you might be feeling trapped right now. And I know for some of those situations, joining a health club will not solve that problem. No way. You know, I'm talking about other kinds of prisons that we might be in. Yeah? You might look at your marriage and think, oh my God, I'm trapped in a prison. Yeah? And we don't need to see a show of hands. But I'm fairly certain that everyone who's sitting here who has been married for more than 9 months probably knows what it feels like to be trapped. Yes? No? Okay, the difficult, uncomfortable question to answer, perhaps. But, very good. Very good. There may be times that you think that is your prison, and you have no imagination how it's possible to escape from the prison of your marriage. Or you look at your family situation. My children did beg me, don't talk about us. So I'll skip over that, shall we? But you can use your imagination about how circumstances with your own family could be your children, or it could be your parent. Maybe as children you feel trapped having me as your dad. This is the prison that you're in. You can't escape it. You know, forever I will be your dad. Whoever your parents are, that is who they are. You cannot escape that prison. How do you deal with that? How do we cope with that feeling of being trapped? Or it could be financial prison. Maybe you have this huge debt that you're trying to pay off. And no matter how hard you're trying to increase your earnings, inflation makes it disappear. Or the government makes all these decisions which just obliterates all of your hard work, and you think, what's the point? And you might feel trapped by the mortgage that you have, or by the rent payments that you have to make every month. And you think, this is impossible. I feel trapped by my financial circumstances. I can't win. Or you might be trapped in yourself. You might have certain patterns of behavior, certain ways of thinking, certain ways of feeling that you wish you could escape from, but they keep happening again and again. You want to be a better person, and yet you keep making the same mistake again. You know, in hindsight, you thought, I really shouldn't have thought that way, I shouldn't have felt that way, I shouldn't have behaved that way, but I did. That's so frustrating. I feel trapped in this cycle, this pattern of behavior. Many of us may be suffering some forms of addiction. It could be a food addiction. It could be a television addiction. No one watches television these days. It's all a screen these days. But it could be a screen addiction. It could be, pick your poison. There are so many things to be addicted to, aren't there, which are not healthy. And we know they're not. And sometimes if we're really honest with ourselves, we know that we should cancel some of those subscriptions. Do we really need Netflix and Amazon and Disney Plus and Hulu and whatever the subscription? Do you need half a dozen subscriptions? Good grief, I don't even have time to watch one of those subscriptions, let alone 12, you know. Yeah, we recently paid to get rid of the YouTube adverts. My wife, for her, that was her game changer. Yeah, getting rid of the YouTube adverts. Haven't looked back since then. But there are lots of prisons that we might feel we're trapped in. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge that. I want us to take a moment to acknowledge the prisons that we feel trapped in, the feeling of being trapped. Because we show up here on a Sunday morning and we all greet each other and say, hi, how are you? I'm great. Whereas the honest answer to that question might be more nuanced than that. And it's difficult to be honest. Yeah, in a short 30-second interaction with someone that you know to some degree, even if you know them really well, do you really want to burden them with the feelings of being trapped and all the other woes that you have throughout the weeks or the months or even the years, or perhaps even decades, if you're old enough to have been around to endure a prison for several decades, and to dump that on someone, how are you feeling? Rubbish, actually. Do you really want to have the honest answer? Probably not right now. We'll wait for another time to do that. And so we're here on this Sunday morning to make our offering to our heavenly parents, to attend our true parents. But I want to take a moment to also lay down onto the altar that feeling of being trapped. Because we can all relate to one person right now who is literally trapped. Our true mother has been trapped for months in a prison, in detainment. And okay, she might be in the hospital right now, but it's hospital detainment. She's trapped. Is that where she wants to be? No. Do you think she made a plan for 2026? This year, I plan to go to prison. When she was making her New Year's resolutions. I don't think that was on the list of things to do. On the to-do list. She probably had other things that she wanted to do, and yet, whatever plans she had, they have been derailed by this major inconvenience of being trapped. And so, what does she do? What does she do? What do we do? Because we have all sorts of plans, we have all sorts of ambitions, goals that we want to achieve, and yet these prisons they keep coming back to make us feel unable to pursue those goals, feeling trapped, unable to progress, feeling trapped, unable to change things in our circumstances. Can we change ourselves? Can we change our environment? It feels hopeless sometimes, doesn't it? So, how do we respond to that feeling? In order to help respond to that question, how do we respond to that feeling of feeling trapped? Let's quickly recap the story of Joseph, okay? So maybe this is a story familiar to you, maybe it's less familiar, so I'll try to summarize it as briefly as possible. Joseph was the beloved son of his father Jacob. So Joseph was the grandson of Isaac, the great-grandson of Abraham, okay? This family that had been prepared by our heavenly parent to lay a foundation of faith and a foundation of substance, which ultimately would lay the foundation for the Messiah. A very special family, a complicated family, very complicated, full of trauma, pain, sin. You just need to read the Genesis story, and it's full of very interesting and relatable life stories. But let's focus on the Joseph story. He's the son of Jacob and Jacob's favorite wife, Rachel. Of course, Jacob was deceived by his father-in-law. He also had to marry Leah. And with Leah, he had several children. And then Rachel was barren for a long time. She couldn't have children. So Rachel gave her husband, Jacob, her maid and said, here, have children with my maid. And so Jacob had a few children with her. Leah was a bit jealous of that and so told Jacob, okay, you also sleep with my maid and have some children with her. And so Jacob had children with Leah and 2 maids, but not with his favorite wife, Rachel. And then finally, he could have a son, Joseph, his favorite son, his beloved son, Joseph. And Joseph, the stories don't tell us that much, but we get the impression he was the favorite and he knew it. God gave him these dreams that his brothers would bow down to him, that his parents would bow down to him. And when he told these dreams to his family members, they were quite shocked and surprised by how arrogant these dreams seemed to be. Are you trying to tell us that one day we will bow down to you, the runt of the litter? No, I don't think so. And yet, Joseph didn't seem to be too concerned by this. But his brothers, they didn't like him. And so one day they conspired to kill him, in fact. He nearly died. His brothers imprisoned him and put him in a well, in a cistern, and they planned to kill him. And it was only because one of the brothers came up with a plan to basically save his brother's life and instead sell him into slavery that had that not happened, Joseph would have died. And within this special family that God had prepared, there would have been yet another painful tragedy in the families that God had prepared. So, setback number 1 in this God-prepared family. This blessed child has been kidnapped, nearly murdered, and has been sold to some traveling merchants. Do you think that when that happened, Joseph said to himself, this is part of God's plan? I don't think so. He probably would have been kicking and screaming, what are you doing? Why are you throwing me into a well? Why are you selling me into slavery? He would have been screaming at these traveling merchants, I'm their brother, they're not allowed to sell me. I don't know, maybe they didn't understand his language. That's how I imagine it, that they couldn't understand what he was saying. But somehow Joseph ended up being sold into slavery and being taken away by these traveling merchants. And I do not imagine Joseph was happy about that. He was probably really looking forward to watching the World Cup later that week and cheering for his team. But a setback happened. He couldn't watch it because he's now a slave. And he got taken to a faraway country where he was sold, perhaps from person to person. He eventually ended up in the household of an Egyptian person called Potiphar, a high-ranking person in the Egyptian community. Rather than feeling sorry for himself, Joseph decided, okay, it is what it is. I'm trapped here. I'm a slave in someone else's house. There's no point getting bitter and resentful about it. I might as well just trust God and do my best. And so he served his master's household with loyalty, with sincerity, and he tried to be a blessing to the household. But even then, setbacks came along. Potiphar's wife, she rather fancied Joseph. The Bible tells us that he was a buff, good-looking bloke. And so she tried time and time again to seduce him. But he was a good boy, Joseph. Good boy. Yeah. When he got sold into slavery, the Bible tells us he's about 17 years old. Any 17-year-olds here or 18-year-olds? Yeah, so in his late teens. But he knew who he was. He knew what he was worth. And he also respected the household. And he explains to Potiphar's wife, look, Potiphar put me in charge of everything in his household while he's away. But you're not part of that. You're not part of the household. You're his wife. Which is an interesting, profound idea. Because in a very patriarchal society, a wife is property. And so he could justifiably use the excuse, well, she's just part of Potiphar's property, so I'm responsible for taking care of it. I'll take care of her. No. He recognized she belongs to him. She's not part of the household property. She's a daughter of God. I have to respect myself and respect her and keep that boundary. She didn't like that for some reason. And so again and again, she tried to seduce him until one day she got fed up and ripped his gown, his toga or gown that he was wearing, and he had to run away naked. That's what the Bible tells us. Not a good look. Yeah? Imagine what Twitter would have, or X would have to say about that. Yeah? Canaanite slave tried to attempt to assault the Egyptian wife. Not a good look. The headlines. Can you think of the scandal? What would the papers and the news and the news, the journalists have to say about that? Not a good look. So when Potiphar's wife complained about this, Potiphar got furious and sent Joseph to prison. He's just being a good boy. He's doing the right thing. He's trying to be a blessing to the household, and instead he's being misunderstood and persecuted for it, and now he's ended up in prison for doing the right thing. Now he's literally trapped. Not only was he a slave, now he's a prisoner. Yeah? He's not going to watch any World Cups now, is he? Because he won't have access to any of them. But in the prison, he continues to trust God, continues to believe that whatever situation he's in, he is a son of God, and God wants to bless those around him, even in the prison. And so we're told from the story that the warden of the prison recognized that Joseph was a reliable person and asked Joseph to take care of things. And so Joseph was a blessing even to the prison, passing on blessings in spite of this feeling of being trapped. Do you think Joseph would have just gone to prison willingly and said, this is all part of God's plan? No. He probably would have pled his innocence and said, it wasn't me, it was her who was trying to seduce me. But nobody would believe him. And so he feels betrayed by his family, betrayed by his master's household. He feels let down, and yet he doesn't give up wanting to be a blessing to others. He interprets the dreams of some of the people in the prison. In fact, one of them, the cupbearer, the dream that he has, Joseph tells him, it means that he will be restored to his position and serve the Pharaoh once again. And Joseph says, don't forget about me when that happens. Put in a good word with me, with the Pharaoh, so that I can get out of this prison, please. But the cupbearer forgot. When the cupbearer got restored to his position, he forgot about Joseph. And Joseph's probably sitting there thinking, great, the one person who could set me free, and I can't even rely on him. I did him a favor. I interpreted his dream and gave him some good news. He can't help me. Did Joseph despair in that moment? Did he give up? I don't know. The Bible doesn't tell us. Maybe he was cursing the world and cursing God even. I don't know. I would have. But I'm using my imagination to imagine what Joseph might have said that the Bible didn't put in there. But we are told time and time again that God was with Joseph. We're told that in various times the Lord was with Joseph so that he prospered. Yeah? In Potiphar's house, from the time he put him in charge of his household and of all of that he owned, the Lord blessed the household of the Egyptian because of Joseph. So God is able to bless the circumstances through Joseph. The warden paid no attention to anything under Joseph's care because the Lord was with Joseph and gave him success in whatever he did. God was with him. Maybe Joseph wrestled with God, as indeed his father did. That's why Jacob's name is Israel, he who wrestles with God. But he never gave up on God. He never gave up on that relationship with God. And eventually, God gave Pharaoh some dreams. And when the Pharaoh was moaning about these dreams, the cupbearer who was standing there said, "Oh, I remember now. Joseph can interpret dreams." So he said, "Beg my pardon, Pharaoh, but I know someone who can interpret dreams. He's in the prison right now. Can we come and fetch him and he'll interpret the dreams for you?" So Pharaoh said, "Yeah, come on, let's bring this guy here and see what he can say." Joseph came, interpreted the dreams, and even told the Pharaoh a plan of what to do. Basically, God was telling Pharaoh that there was going to be 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine. And so it was very important that during the 7 years of plenty, that they saved up grain to prepare for the famine. And so Joseph explained this really clever plan to the Pharaoh, and Pharaoh liked this plan. And he said, "You know what? We should find someone who can execute this plan. Who is wise enough to manage and execute?" Joseph, could you be my prime minister for me? Yeah, we don't bother with elections here. We're not a democratic society. I am the autocrat. I decide who the prime minister is. I know you're a slave and I know you're a prisoner, but actually I want you to be my prime minister. Boom! Now Joseph is in charge of the entire Egyptian empire. Do you think he saw that coming when he was put in a well by his brothers? Do you think he saw that coming when he was sold into slavery? Do you think he saw that coming when he was serving in an Egyptian household? Or when he was chucked into prison? Or when he was forgotten by the cupbearer? I don't think he thought to himself, "You know what? I'm doing all of this so that I can become the prime minister of Egypt." I don't think that was his goal in life. And yet, through all of those tests, God prepared a situation to be a blessing not just to an Egyptian household, not just to a prison, but to the most powerful empire on the earth at the time. I'm going to skip over the story a little bit because actually the most exciting part of the story happens next. When Joseph's brothers, during the famine, they come and ask for food. And I'm not going to go into that story, but I encourage you to go back to Genesis and read it because it's fascinating. But the bottom line is they didn't recognize Joseph. He had a different name. He was wearing Egyptian clothes. They didn't recognize him, but he recognized them. And he thought to himself, "Great, I can get my revenge now." Is that what he thought? No. Was he tempted? We don't know. The Bible doesn't tell us. But because the Lord was with him, somehow I feel that he saw an opportunity here. And these families, they love a good deception. The family of Abraham is full of deception. It's just a family, yeah. Lots of people deceiving each other. And sometimes it's for good and sometimes it's for not so good. But anyway, Joseph decides to play a trick on his brothers. A bit of a cruel trick, if you ask me, but a trick nevertheless through which God could bless them actually. Because in the end, the brothers, when Joseph finally revealed himself to them, they thought he would kill them. Because they were thinking with let's call it a fallen mindset. Yeah? They were thinking from their fallen nature perspective. Oh no, he now knows who we are. He's going to kill us or torture us or imprison us or something like that. That's not what happened. He embraced them. He forgave them. He invited the whole family to come and say, "Stay here with me." And while Jacob was alive, everything was fine. But then Jacob, the father of Joseph and all of these brothers, then he died. And then the brothers again were afraid. They're thinking, oh no, now that our father is gone, there's nobody here to stop Joseph from getting his revenge. Is that what happened? No. What did Joseph say? Do not be distressed, and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. But God sent me ahead of you to preserve for you a remnant on earth and to save your lives by a great deliverance. Joseph, politely, I disagree. I don't think it was God's plan. I don't. I might be wrong. I'm willing for people to disagree with me on that point, but I don't think when God was planning Joseph's life that God planned for Joseph to nearly die and to be sold into slavery at the age of 17. So that 13 years later, he could become the prime minister of Egypt and, reconcile with his brothers. I don't think God wrote the script in that way. I don't. Forgive me for my maybe is it lack of faith? I don't know. What is that? Maybe pragmatic perspective? Joseph says, so then it was not you who sent me here, but God. What is Joseph doing here? Because in the end he says, God has made me Lord of all Egypt. What's he doing here? It's something quite profound. Quite profound. And it comes back to the question I asked earlier, which is, how do we escape from that feeling of feeling trapped? Joseph is go away. He's reframing his story. There's one way of looking at the story, and he's looking at it through a new frame. You know how when you've got a work of art, a picture at a gallery, the frame really matters. Of course, when you go to the gallery, sometimes you don't notice the frames, but if you were to put it in some cheap IKEA white frame, it would probably not look as impressive if it was in some ornate Baroque golden wooden carved frame. So the framing really matters. And this also matters in terms, we love watching films. I know I was moaning about Netflix subscriptions and things like that, but we love a good story, don't we? Imagine that your life right now was a story, and that you are the protagonist in your film, and the audience who is watching the screen right now is screaming at you to do the right thing. What do they want you to do right now? You're in this drama. You're feeling trapped. This is not the final chapter of the story. There's another chapter coming. What are you going to do? If your life were a movie right now, what would the audience be screaming at you right now? Not you, in your limited perspective, seeing things through only one frame. Reframe it and look at it from a new perspective. Joseph so easily could have just resented his brothers, plotted his revenge, or just gave up. He could have given up. But he didn't. He chose to reframe the situation and think, okay, well, I'm here now. What can I do about this? What is God trying to teach me? What is God trying to do with me or through me? And he probably argued with God and wrestled with God. And in his prayers, he really got angry with God. But in the end, he sought for a way to give blessings in the situation he was in. I believe that right now, True Mother in her detainment is not feeling sorry for herself. She's making plans for the next 1,000 years so that while she's away, she can leave behind things so that we and our descendants will be able to do the right things in establishing Chon Il-guk. So that when she's released from prison, from this detainment, if she's ever released, God forbid that doesn't happen, but, she wants to make sure that humanity, for eternity from now, is prepared. How can she bless others, right? I don't think she's feeling sorry. Yes, she's probably annoyed. I can imagine she's probably upset and annoyed, but she's not sitting around feeling sorry for herself. So True Mother's not framing things with a kind of victim mentality. She's not framing things through the mindset of oh, woe for me and pity me. She's thinking, well, how can I transform this situation? To be a blessing to the politics of Korea, to be a blessing to the region, to be a blessing to the world and for all eternity. I want to come back to the reading that our pastor Adja shared just a moment ago. This is just after Jacob, the father of Joseph and his brothers, has passed away. And the brothers are concerned that now Joseph will get his revenge. But Joseph said to them, don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? Are any of us in the place of God to see the opportunities? We can never see the opportunities behind the wall when the wall is that close to our face. Because our challenges and the prisons we're in, they obscure our view. But we need to trust that God has prepared many blessings on the other side if we can just allow God to help us over that wall or through that wall or under the wall, whatever it takes to make that wall disappear. You intended to harm me. He's acknowledging that there is sin in the world. There is evil in the world. Sometimes we're betrayed. Sometimes we betray. We let ourselves down and we let others down. There's an acknowledgement that there is sin in the world. But God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done. When we get through whatever test we're being tested with, do you not think that we can use whatever testimony we've gained from that experience to help others? If it's a difficulty in your marriage, then you can help other marriages when you break through that challenge. If it's some financial burden, then you can help others with their finances when you've sorted yours out. Whatever the issue may be, I was just reading the other day about Peter Shilton, the England goalkeeper, who suffered for years with a gambling addiction. And now he's helping others with their gambling addictions. It must have been terribly shameful for him to admit that he has a gambling addiction. He didn't want to admit it. He's someone that, I remember Peter Shilton in the 1990s. I'm old enough to remember him. I think up until recently, he was England's most capped player, a legend of the game. And he had this deep, dark secret that he didn't want to tell people about because it was shameful and embarrassing. But when he overcame that with the support of his wife, he now wants to help others so that they don't have to suffer the shame, that they can overcome this burden that they have. He's reframing his addiction and turning it into a blessing for others. So what is happening now? The saving of many lives. That's what Joseph told his brothers. Don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children. He reassured them and spoke kindly to them. I like that last bit. Yeah? Because sometimes we get hurt by people. Sometimes they don't intend to hurt us. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do intend to hurt us. But can we get to a place where we have been able to reframe the situation so that we could speak kindly to them? Thank you for bullying me when I was a child, so that now I could be a more resilient human being. I bless you, and I'm grateful to you for challenging me in that way. Thank you for being abusive and negligent parents, because I'm now compassionate towards those who are negligent and abusive. Thank you for betraying me. I speak kindly to you and bless you because even though you nearly ruined my life, I have been able to overcome it by the grace of God, and I can help others, and I even want to help you. That's a profound reframing, isn't it? And that might take our whole lives to get there. Our whole life. It took Joseph 13 years to get from the point of being sold into slavery to becoming the prime minister of Egypt. And even then, many years after that, before he could give this speech to his brothers. So I don't know, maybe he flirted with the idea of revenge once his father passed away, but he chose not to. I want to finish with this thought. Every time true parents visited nations around the world, they always said goodbye with what? A victory celebration. Yeah? There would be a banner, a cake, and Ogmansays. Yeah? And sometimes I attended these victory celebrations and I asked myself the question, where the hell is the victory? Forgive my cynicism. I don't see a victory here. Why are we celebrating a victory? I wasn't there, but I heard that 2 years ago when True Mother came to Munich for the Bloom Festival, the first thing True Mother did when she arrived was she lambasted everyone, all the leaders. She reprimanded everyone for not doing good enough. It's not good enough. And wow, that's painful. But a few days later, we're at the victory celebration. Ogmanse! It's all a victory, isn't it? I don't think our true parents were ever blind to the reality of things, but they always wanted to give us the bitter pill first, but always make sure they finished with a victory. And that's such a profound way to live life. Whatever happened today, I will end the day with a victory. I'll do an Ogmanse and eat cake. Actually, don't eat cake every day, you know. We've got to take care of ourselves. Once in a while, maybe, but cake every day is not very healthy. But we need to learn how to, you know, it's a metaphor. We need to learn how to eat cake. Do you know what I mean? We need to learn how to have a victory banner and celebrate the wins. We need to make an offering. You're here this Sunday morning to make an offering. Maybe yesterday was rubbish. Maybe yesterday you felt completely trapped by the circumstances that you're in, but you came here anyway and you're making your offering. Ogmanse! So, our True Mother's in detainment right now. Ogmanse! No, I'm not happy about the fact that she's in detainment right now, but I believe that right now God is preparing things and True Mother is preparing things so that when she's finally liberated, she will be a massive blessing to so many others. And I believe every single one of us also has a story so that we will be a blessing to others as well, once we overcome it. Maybe you've already overcome some of them, in which case, please tell Pastor Adja and Pastor Nitaya about it so that you can give a sermon here about it. So instead of hearing me talking about the sauna, we can talk about deeper things, yeah? But I had to reframe my own situation. It's been more than 12 years since I had a gym membership. I told myself, I can't afford it. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. But I just had to reframe it and tell myself, Matthew, actually, you can't afford not to go. You need this. And so if some of you get a gym membership or a health club membership as a result of this sermon, yay! But that's not the point. The point is I want you to reframe whatever prison you're in, to endure, to bear with patience, do not grow bitter, and reframe it to see how God could potentially be a blessing through you, through this test that you're enduring. Please join me in prayer. Our loving Heavenly Parent, you've been trapped for thousands of years because your prison has been our prison. You've been trapped because your children have been suffering. And because of that, Heavenly Parent, you've been so devastated. Our true parents dared to liberate your heart. And they themselves went to prison numerous times. Their lives were threatened so many times. And yet, rather than being vengeful, they sought to bless those who sought to persecute them. I pray, Heavenly Parent, that whatever challenges we're facing, whatever tests we're experiencing, however we feel trapped, we want to reframe what we're experiencing in order to see ourselves from your point of view, Heavenly Parent. That we will know that we are loved by you, and we know that you want to love others through us. Bless us through these times of challenge and testing. Bless our true mother with good health, with courage and conviction, so that through this detainment, when it ends, and I pray it may end quickly, that she will be able to bring enormous victory to you and to humanity as a result. But I also pray that every single one of us here can overcome whatever test we're facing, liberate ourselves from whatever prison we feel trapped in, and be blessings to others as a result. With that hope and with that desperate plea, I want to pray in attending the Holy Mother Han with gratitude. In my name, Matthew Hewish, husband of a blessed family, RG.
Aju. Aju, yeah. So let's thank our brother Matthew Huish for a wonderful sermon. Thank you. I'm sure he's not getting any commission if you do join a gym. But thank you. That's really deep. I could feel for myself the call to overcome, something in me that it's a challenge and a trap. So I hope that for you, you had this kind of challenge and determination as well. Let's now have our offering song, which is going to be my offering. Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
Let's pray. Heavenly Parent, we thank you so much for the offering today. We thank you for the sermon, Father. We hope that we can nourish your spirit for the coming week. And I'd like to be truly grateful for all those who went before us, Father. And I'd like to report this in the name of David Thomas in attendance to a Holy Mother hand. Amen. Aju.
Yeah, thank you, David, for your prayer. David's prayer actually reminded me that, our sister Hildegard, her birthday was in June as well. So she yesterday, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. we have, where are we at our, let's have the next. My mind is in, nice to meet you. So, is there anybody here, we would like to greet anybody who's here for the first time or who's been away. And I know Tina's been away. I haven't seen Tina for a long, long time. And so I want to hear what's been going on a little bit. Anyone who's been away for a while, and also Dr. Balcom has been away for 40 days plus out of the country. So anyone here for the first time in the Peace Embassy? Yeah, okay. Can we have a runner with a microphone? Microphone. Yes, yeah. So just introduce yourself, say what you're here for.
Okay, hello everyone.
I saw you on the Yumi News.
No, that's my sister. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, hello. My name is Mana Masner. I come from Czech Republic, but I live in Switzerland with my husband. And I am here for the Empower team.
Hey, wow.
Yeah, I'm Empower staff, and yeah, I'm checking how they're doing, and yeah, if they're okay and everything. And so if you have any questions on Empower, yeah, you can come and ask me. But I'm leaving tomorrow, so I just have today shortly. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Tina. Not letting you off.
Hello, everybody. Lovely to see you all, my brothers and sisters. I mean, what a service to come back to. Reframe, yeah? That's what we need to do every day, every minute. Thank you so much. I mean, just so lovely to see you all. Thanks.
Thank you. Junior, in the front to Dr. Balcom. He wants to greet us because he's been away.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I was on tour with Reverend Du. Just this morning, I recorded a little video about it, so you can watch it. But don't miss the service at the annual gathering. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you can come there and we can all celebrate together. And thank you, Matthew, for a great sermon. I'm going to the sauna tonight, for sure. And, our second son, it's his birthday today, so he's in Los Angeles, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who has been away? Okay. Jinsu. Yeah. Thank you, Jinsu. Jinsu's been busy with his exam, so yeah, we understand. No, it's right. Oh, yes, okay. All right, so we're going to have our benediction all together. So please rise, and we'll have before the benediction, we're going to have, after service, we're going to have potluck lunch. So let's arrange the tables in this vertical lines like this. So young people, strong people, yeah, let's do that. And afterwards, tidy away as well, clean the tables and put them away in time for the CARP event. Don't forget the CARP event. If you didn't know it was going on, now you know, please stay for that. Yeah. Okay. Yes, we memorized this, but my mind goes blank. So. In the 14th year of Chondelguk, when we attend the Creator Heavenly Parent substantially, let us, the blessed families around the world, become true sons and daughters of Chondelguk, who fulfill our responsibility as the chosen people in unity with true parents. Arju. Have a wonderful week. And next week, we're going to celebrate at Livingston House, Day of All True Things. So please prepare your hearts internally, externally. Also make your offering. It's the Day of All True Things, so make your offering. Nitya, come up. Sorry, I didn't invite you up for the benediction, so please come up. Come. So, if you saw Erica's sermon last week, she was at Reverend Stallings' church, and he has this symbol on his church. Yeah, that means accept God. Everything is by God's grace. It's called Jin Nyami, accept God. So anyway, do you have anything to say?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Great. Okay. Thank you. Have a great week. Yeah. God bless. Okay.
Actually, I want to say something. When I saw Dr. Barkham, you know what? Today we're very happy for you and Fumiko's here because our community have parents to come back home. That's how I felt. Because, you know, many times that Riverside, if Dr. Barkham's here and Fumiko, I feel so happy because they are parents. Thank you, Mommy and Daddy. Thank you, you're home. Thank you. That's it.
Okay. Let's arrange the tables and have a great meal. Okay, and we can.
Yeah, that timing of that last song. Yeah, anyway, it's funny. That's amazing.
You know, last night, I sent you a message.